What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, what a game we just witnessed between the Chicago Bulls and the Utah Jazz. A fascinating game, some beautiful offense played by both teams, and a pretty wild finish. I think that all things considered, this is a pretty good game to watch, and we're going to discuss the Bulls and their victory today in this video. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Bulls' victory today and your player of the game. We ended up winning this game 119 to 117, and another clutch game for the Bulls to play. Now, again, this one was against the Utah Jazz, a team that is struggling, a team that I do believe we are better than, and a team that I think is 2-8 in their last 10. And look, this is the Bulls for you. We always enter clutch games, no matter if it's against the best team in the world or one of those teams that are struggling like Utah are at the moment. We always seem to find our way to get ourselves in a situation that we could potentially see ourselves lose in. And today really topped the mark with how the game ended. We almost gave it away. We really did. But at the end of the day, whether it's by luck or whether it's by pure excellence, the Chicago Bulls picked up the win. And there were some beautiful moments in this game to talk about as well. Let's start off with the guy that I would arguably consider my player of the game, Coby White. What a fantastic start to the game he had, and what a fantastic way to end the game as well. He went crazy from the three-point line. He just came off his best game of the season, of his career, against the Sacramento Kings, and he comes and produces a very good performance against Utah as well. A fantastic night, and hopefully these last two games can truly show to many Bulls fans that he has truly built himself out of the stumbling block that he was in. A brilliant game from him. And then we turn to the other side of things, DeMar DeRozan. Fantastic performance in the clutch. He had 17 points in the clutch. He made two very clutch free throws, where if we didn't have those free throws, you could kiss this game goodbye. It was that serious. He missed any one of those free throws. Instead of the threes that you saw Utah chucking up, all they needed was a two to win that game. But since he made both, that elevated Utah to try to go for the win, and they failed. So DeMar DeRozan has a big responsibility there, and he was fantastic in the fourth quarter. Two fourth quarters in a row. The Kings, the Jazz, in which he took over, and he did not disappoint. See? It's been the thing that I've been saying for a while. When DeMar DeRozan takes over in the fourth quarter and he's making shots, no one is going to complain about that. But when obviously DeMar DeRozan takes over and he's missing every shot and every shot's falling short and he continues to shoot and pile on the bricks that sometimes he can produce. You know, he's done that a couple of times this season. Everybody's going to look at DeMar DeRozan and say, why are you shooting? You should look to go find Coby White or Vucevic or whoever has the hot hand. But today, he makes the shots, 17 points in the fourth. Not one single person is going to talk badly about DeMar DeRozan today. He was really good. Vucevic had a good game, double-double. Ayo as well played very well in the game. I know he struggled from the field for most of the game, but he did really good things everywhere else. I think playmaking-wise, he was close to a double-double. So I'm quickly going to check if he actually got that double-double. But that's fantastic to see for Ayo Dosunmu. I think he ended up on 9 assists. So he had 8 points and 9 assists. He didn't get his double-double, but he was very close. But yeah, a great game all the way around. I'm really happy with how the Bulls produced today. Again, we are versing the Jazz. And I guess now is about time to talk about what happened towards the end of the game. So, as much as the Bulls played well, offensively at least, the Utah Jazz surged constantly. They did not give this game up. They continued to battle. They continued to fight. They continued to go on runs. A couple of them were by Colin Sexton. A couple of those runs were led by John Collins. And, you know, even their rookie had a little bit of a big game for his standards as well. So there were a lot of fightbacks from the Utah Jazz, and they did take the lead at one point in the fourth quarter. And what led to their success in this game? Well, it's the same problem we had against the Kings. Offensive rebounding and second chance points was a disaster for the Bulls again. It was truly awful to see how many offensive rebounds Utah were able to get. And keep in mind, this is not the 7-foot Utah Jazz with Larry Markkinen and Walker Kessler in there grabbing every rebound. Nope. It was a rather smaller Utah Jazz team, yet they still found a way to out-hustle the Bulls and outwork the Bulls. I will humbly admit this to everybody. We might have the talent to beat Utah, but the reason why Utah made this so close is because they outworked the Bulls the entire game. And the stats show that. Offensive rebounding, in my opinion, is a hustle stat more than anything. Because they fought for rebounds that we should have got, and they got them. It's as simple as that. Some of the rebounds that we gave up today were embarrassing. In the fourth quarter as well, when you need to grab rebounds and you need to work your hardest, we allowed Utah to keep on getting offensive rebounds. It's a problem. And it's a problem that needs addressing. We can't keep playing Vucevic and Drummond every single game when we know some games it's not going to help us just because we have to secure rebounds. Today we didn't see it again. But this team needs to have a real good, like a refresher course on how to rebound as a team, because we don't do it. And we didn't do it today. We were very awful at it. And teams know this. Why do you think Utah was crashing the offensive glass? It's because the scouting report would suggest that we are an awful offensive rebounding team when we don't play Vooch and Drummond together. So it's time to pick up our focus. I should say defensive rebounding team. Offensive rebounding wise, we did suck as well. But still, rebounding in general was a nightmare. And Utah took advantage of that. And of course, you know, streaky shooters. Some again, they went on the runs. And what happened in the final minutes of that game? Well, DeMar DeRozan got the ball. And obviously Colin Sexton fouled him. And because of that foul, it was a very aggressive foul, to be fair. Torrey Craig got all up in Colin Sexton's grill, basically trash-talking him and stuff of that nature. That led to, obviously, a whole bunch of crowded people there. It looks like Chris Fleming pushed John Collins. Then John Collins retaliated by grabbing the throat of Chris Fleming. And at the end of the day, that led to 2 technical fouls for the Bulls, 1 technical foul for the Jazz, and that gave the Jazz a chance to shoot a free throw. Now, if you weren't aware, they tied the game because of that free throw. We were up by 1 and DeRozan had 2 free throws. That was the best situation you could put yourself in at that point in time. DeRozan makes 2 free throws. You're up by 3. You can't lose that game unless you give up a 4-point play. It's a perfect position to be in with 1 shot left for the Utah Jazz. It's either make it or miss it, if you know what I mean. But since Chris Fleming got a technical foul and Torrey Craig, who wasn't even in the game today, got a technical foul, we almost blew it. Now, Billy Donovan has said some recent comments suggesting that the Bulls coaching staff and players have to do better because that nearly cost us the game today. But that was the situation that we were put under. I'm very surprised out of all the people that are doing the shoving, it's a coaching staff member. Now, I like Chris Fleming's passion, of course, but at the end of the day, in that situation, that is when you need to keep your composure the most. You should not be shoving players, and John Collins, I think, should be getting more than a technical foul for grabbing a throat. You know, in other sports, it's a big deal, and the NBA should be a big deal as well. So, John Collins, I think, needs a little bit more repercussion than that, but he got a technical foul. The Bulls, Chris Fleming got a technical foul, and, of course, Torrey Craig got a technical foul. So, Torrey Craig needs to do better as well. I mean, he's not in the game. There's no reason for him to start trash talking. Again, I like the passion, but when there's 9 seconds left, maybe keep your composure a little bit because those free throws could have been everything for the Bulls. But I'm thankful either way. We could talk about what we need to do next. We need to be better. That's all fine and good. That's a rare occasion for the Bulls where we get into a scrap like that. But we still got the win. And that is the most important thing. We start our West Coast trip 2-0. We've got a back-to-back tomorrow. We'll be facing the Golden State Warriors. We'll be looking forward to that. And then obviously we've got an upcoming game against the Clippers as well. We'll wait and see if I can do a watch-along for those games. But yeah, an interesting side. And with that being said, my player of the game is DeMar DeRozan. I think Coby White started the game fantastically well, but I think DeMar DeRozan ended the game fantastically well. And the fact that he took those free throws and he got 17 points in the fourth, I think it's DeMar DeRozan's game today. Shout out to DeMar, shout out to Coby, Vucevic as well, Ayo. I think they all did solid stuff. Caruso as well with some big stops. Team effort. Even Julian Phillips. Shout out to him for having a big moment off the bench for us as well. What do you think? Thank you for watching. Drop a like and a follow and or subscribe if you are new. And I will see you in the next Chicago Bulls related video. Have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care. And peace.